Excalibur. Excalibur wasn't just a sword, it was the medieval version of a golden ticket. Some stories say Arthur pulled it from a stone, like a super intense gym challenge for kings, who's strong enough and worthy enough to rule. Other tales have the Lady of the Lake floating it up as if she ran an underwater pawn shop. Either way, holding Excalibur didn't just make you strong, you were chosen by destiny itself. The sword supposedly shone so bright it could blind enemies in battle. Imagine a sword that's literally a medieval flashlight with lethal mode activated. And it never broke, no matter how many dragons, swords, or rock faces it met. But here's the twist. The real secret weapon wasn't the sword, it was the scabbard. Whoever had it couldn't be killed. So Arthur's biggest strength wasn't swordplay, it was medieval accessorizing. Of course, he eventually lost the scabbard, because legends love reminding us that even kings can misplace the most important thing. When Arthur was dying, Excalibur was thrown back into the lake and caught by the lady. Again, like it was too legendary to stay on land. Some stories say the sword still waits in the waters, ready to return to a worthy king, while others suggest it disappeared into legend, influencing countless tales in books, films, and games. Beyond its supernatural shine and indestructibility, some myths say Excalibur could command armies or protect the kingdom from evil forces, a true symbol of power and leadership. Mjolnir. Thor's hammer, Mjolnir, is basically the mythological version of carrying thunder in your pocket, forged by the Norse dwarves, mythology's blacksmith MVPs. Its handle ended up short, because Loki played a prank during its creation, but Thor didn't care. He swung it anyway. It could flatten mountains, smash giants, summon lightning, and boomerang back to his hand like the most aggressive frisbee ever. But Mjolnir wasn't just a weapon of destruction. It could bless marriages, protect newborns, and even hallow the dead. Imagine someone at a wedding whipping out a hammer like, "By Thor's power, you may kiss the bride," sacred and terrifying at the same time. Only the worthy could lift. Not even the other gods could pick it up casually, except Thor, of course. That made him the ultimate flex in Norse mythology. Mjolnir also had some wild abilities. It could shrink to fit in Thor's pocket, fly at incredible speeds, and always return to him. Some myths even suggest it could create force fields or summon. Today, it appears in tattoos, necklaces, comics, and blockbuster movies, but in mythology, it symbolized raw cosmic power, authority, protection, and destruction, rolled into one legendary artifact. Kusanagi. Kusanagi, Japan's grass-cutting sword, doesn't sound intimidating, it sounds like a gardening tool. But this sword is one of Japan's most sacred treasures. The storm god Susanoo killed an 8-headed dragon, sliced open its tail, and found the sword inside. Apparently, dragons were ancient storage units. Susanoo gave the sword to his sister, the sun goddess Amaterasu, making it a divine symbol of authority. Later, the hero Yamato Takeru used it to escape a burning field. He literally cut through the grass to survive and then redirected the flames back at his enemies. That's not just survival, it's sword-assisted pyrotechnics. The sword earned the nickname grass-cutting sword, which slightly undersells the dragon-slaying part. In other myths, Kusanagi could control wind, protect its wielder, and was said to bring victory in battle. Today, it remains part of Japan's imperial regalia, hidden from public view. Some even doubt it still exists, but that mystery only adds to its legendary status. A dragon-born weapon, a national treasure, and a symbol of divine authority. Gungnir. Odin's spear, Gungnir, is the ultimate Deadeye weapon, forged by dwarves, the unsung MVPs of mythological blacksmithing. Perfectly crafted and magically enhanced, it never misses. Giants, gods, or armies hiding behind mountains, nothing could escape it once Odin threw it. If Excalibur was destiny, Gungnir was inevitability. You couldn't outrun it, outsmart it, or pray. Odin didn't even need to fight fair. He just tossed the spear and let fate handle the rest. Gungnir also symbolized Odin's authority before battles. He'd throw it over enemy lines to claim territory, sending a psychological, "I own this now" message. Unlike Thor's chaotic hammer, Gungnir represented precision, control, and unyielding inevitability. some myths even claim it carried runes capable of influencing fate, cursing enemies, or blessing allies. One strike meant one outcome, no second chances, absolute power condensed into one spear. Durendal. Roland's sword, Durendal, wasn't just a weapon, it was basically a holy relic store. The hilt supposedly contained a tooth of St. Peter, a strand of Mary's hair, and other sacred treasures. Roland wasn't just wielding a sword, he was wielding God's approval. The legend peaks at the Battle of Roncesvalles Pass. Roland fought to the bitter end against overwhelming odds. When he tried to destroy Durendal to prevent enemies from seizing it, he smashed rocks instead. Imagine trying to snap your phone and accidentally destroying the table. That's how unbreakable this sword was. In the end, Roland died with Durendal hidden beneath him, making sure it never fell into the wrong hands. Later legends even say the sword glowed when danger was near and could cut through impossible materials. Durendal was loyalty, divine favor, and unstoppable force forged into steel. Poseidon's Trident. Poseidon's Trident is what happens when you turn a giant seafood fork into a doomsday weapon. One strike could whip up storms, sink ships, and cause earthquakes, earning him the nickname Earthshaker. Coastal towns had to constantly pray Poseidon wasn't grumpy, because his weapon could literally rearrange the map. But the trident wasn't just for destruction. Poseidon could calm seas as easily as he could unleash chaos. During a contest with Athena for Athens, he struck the ground and produced a salty spring, not as useful as Athena's olive tree, but still impressive. In other myths, the trident could summon sea creatures, manipulate tides, and protect or devastate entire fleets. Today, the trident remains the ultimate symbol of control over the oceans. It's a cosmic lever capable of turning calm waters into apocalypse with a flick of the wrist. Sword of Damocles. The Sword of Damocles isn't famous for fighting, it's famous for anxiety. Damocles, a flatterer, in King Dionysius' court, constantly praised how lucky the king was. Fed up, Dionysius offered him the throne. Damocles enjoyed the luxury, until he noticed a sword dangling above his head by a single horsehair. Suddenly, the feast was flavorless, the throne uncomfortable, and the moral clear. Power comes with constant danger. The sword symbolized the ever-present risk behind privilege. Today, the term Sword of Damocles still refers to looming threats, bills, deadlines, or existential dread. A weapon that didn't spill blood but carved a metaphorical mark on history. The ultimate reminder, even the lucky aren't safe. Shahi Zomorrodnegar, Emerald Sword. Persian mythology brings us Shahi Zomorrodnegar, an emerald-studded sword with a deadly reputation. Its first owner was Zahak, a tyrant king cursed with snakes growing from his shoulders. Definitely not prom king material. Zahak used it to enforce his monstrous rule until the hero Feridun captured him. From then on, it switched sides, from tyranny to justice. Legends say it could kill demons no other weapon could touch. Unlike other legendary weapons tied only to heroes, this sword had a redemption arc. Imagine fighting demons with a royal jewelry case. Zomorrodnegar wasn't just a sword. It was divine justice in glittering green steel. Stick around and hit subscribe so you don't miss the next explained story. Goodbye.